Well, here they go again. Now we get to understand what Reagan was talking about when he talked to the press and said, well, there you go again. The Washington Post reports that Trump revealed highly classified information to Russian foreign minister and ambassador. Okay. I don't know how that can be because he's the president and he can classify or declassify as he wishes. Anyway, they go on to say President Trump revealed highly classified information to the Russian foreign minister and ambassador in the White House meeting last week, according to the current and former U.S. officials who said Trump's disclosures jeopardized a critical source of intelligence on the Islamic State. That information the president relayed had been provided by a U.S. partner through an intelligence sharing arrangement considered so secretive or sensitive that details have been withheld from allies and tightly restricted even within the U.S. government. Note that real quick. The information the president relayed had been provided by a U.S. partner, who, through an intelligence sharing arrangement, considered so sensitive that details have been withheld from allies and tightly restricted even within the U.S. government. So, what exactly are you saying? What are you talking about? Sight? Is this a Rita Katz piece of information? Is this a Pam Geller piece of information? That disinfo hack? The partner had not given the United States permission to share the material with Russia, and officials said Trump's decision to do so endangers cooperation from an ally that has access to inner workings of the Islamic State. After Trump's meeting with the senior White House officials took steps to contain the damage, placing calls to the CIA and the National Security Agency. Really? Who says? After Trump's meeting, the senior White House officials? Who's this? That person on Twitter that calls himself the anti-White House or whatever? Anyway, this is code word information, said a U.S. official familiar with the matter, uses terminology that refers to one of the highest classification levels used by American spy agencies. Spy agencies in the White House. Imagine that. Trump revealed more information to the Russian ambassador than we've shared with our own allies. The revelation comes as the president faces rising legal and political pressure on multiple Russia-related fronts. Last week, he fired FBI Director James Comey in the midst of a Bureau investigation into the possible links between the Trump campaign and Moscow. Trump's subsequent admission that his decision was driven by this Russia thing was seen as critics as attempted obstruction of justice. One day after dismissing Comey, Trump welcomed Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and Ambassador Sergei Kislyak, a key figure in earlier Russia controversies, into the Oval Office. Look at all this innuendo that they're giving. Tons of innuendo. It was during that meeting officials, unnamed mind you, said that Trump went off script and began describing details of an Islamic State terrorist threat related to the use of laptop computers on aircraft. And we'll go open that here in just a moment. For almost anyone in government, discussing such matters with an adversary would be illegal. Well, first off, you're saying he's an adversary. As president, Trump has broad authority. See, down here at the bottom. Trump has broad authority to declassify government secrets, making it unlikely that his disclosures broke the law. Quote, the president and the foreign minister reviewed common threats from the terrorist organizations, including threats to aviation, said H.R. McMaster, the national security advisor who participated in the meeting. At no time were any intelligence sources or methods discussed, and no military operations were disclosed that were not already known publicly. Duh. So basically they're lying again. They continue. CIA declined to comment and NSA did not respond to requests for comment. But officials expressed concern about Trump's handling of sensitive information as well as his grasp of the potential consequences. Exposure of an intelligence stream that has provided critical insight into the Islamic State, they said, could hinder the United States and its abilities to detect future threats. Now remember, I just did a video on plea for a coup in which this hack, where is he? Keith Olbermann begs and entreats for another country to come and execute a coup d'etat while accusing Trump of one. Okay? So they're making all these accusations, and then you've got this guy doing the same thing. But moving on, let's go back up here for just a second. For almost anyone in government, discussing such matters with an adversary would be illegal, as President Trump has broad authority to declassify government secrets, making it unlikely that his disclosure broke the law. Hello? H.R. McMaster was there, who said at no time was any intelligence sources or methods discussed. No military operations were disclosed that were not already known publicly. So what secrets? What is it that he said? They won't say it, and they can't say it because if it was true, they couldn't say what the classified material was because they would be releasing classified material. So basically, it's proving a negative moment. Now, Britain and U.S. ban on electronic devices in cabins on flights from several Muslim-majority countries. This was already known. We've been talking about this for a while. March, as a matter of fact. London, Britain joining the United States in barring passengers and traveling from airports with several Muslim-majority countries from bringing laptops, tablets, and other portable electronic devices on boards with them when they fly. Okay. Whoop-de-freaking-do. So what did he talk about that? So nothing, there's nothing here. It's a non-story, but it's starting to pick up. And I will show you just where it's, look at these headlines coming up. See this? All these mainstream media hacks doing the false news narrative, and they're pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, basically trying to get him indicted, trying to get him in a lot of trouble, and it's not true. What the hell's wrong with these people? What the hell's wrong with these people? Anyway, so I just thought I'd let you guys know. Let's go ahead and get the law on that. Classified information. Disclosure to foreigners by U.S. President. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Remember this unmasking thing? And leaking classified information. That's what's happening. They're trying to say, oh, we didn't leak classified information. That means American citizens' names in the unmasking. Yeah? And so they're going to blame him for it. That's what it is. It's a try to shift the blame type of moment. Okay, so here we have where this is coming from. Now we get it. All right. If you'll look here, this is from NBC News. And can Trump disclose classified information whenever he wants? And this is from John Shoup of NBC News. The surrogates have defended his unsubstantiated claim that Obama administration tapped his phones by saying he knows things that others don't, which is true, at least when it comes to top-level and sensitive information. He's at much higher classification, blah, blah, blah. He's the president of the United States, where there's still no indication that, based on his explosive tweets about the previous administration, on anything other than conspiracy theories on the internet, Trump as commander-in-chief does have the power to declassify information about national security matters at his whim, legal experts say. So this is where this declassifying and talking about whatever he wants to is coming from. Now, we know that he was monitored. We know that he was wiretapped, if you will. He was wiretapped. And if that was secret information about himself, he's allowed to talk about it, surely, right? But anyway, they typically use the authority in a measured way, including analysis by lawyers or agency heads of whether releasing the information serves the public interest. Okay? They typically use. That doesn't mean they have to. Here it is, ad hoc personalization. Get to push things out in the public. They think they would be appropriate to do so. Here's the thing. If it's classified and it shouldn't be, then he should be able to talk about it whenever he wants to. And that's all there is to it. Can he disclose classified information whenever he wants? Yes, he can. When it comes to top-level sensitive information, yes, he can. It's legal. He's allowed to. He can do that. He's the president. He presides over such things. Trump, as commander-in-chief, does have the power to declassify information about national security matters at his whim, legal experts say. That's a fact. So this was about when he accused Obama of wiretapping. And he happens to have... This is the thing that gets me, okay. He says that he was wiretapped. Everybody's saying that that is just some national, conspiracy theory, that it's not true. But why would they say that, and why do they introduce the idea of wiretapping and classified information in the same article, unless that's what exactly it was? So now we have him supposedly giving up information to Russia in the White House. And I think what it is that the media is pissed off because they didn't get to be in there. So that's what's going on there. So I think they're just having a fit because they weren't in there. And the thing is think about it. If they were in there, Trump could not speak freely with Lavrov or Kislyak. They wanted the scoop. They didn't get the scoop. They're still butthurt because they didn't get to see this. They didn't get to be there and report on it or make up lies about it. Like, they're going to make up lies anyway. So the mainstream media is butthurt. Ouch. It must suck. Wait until you guys start losing funding because you guys are so full of crap. Okay? And nobody's going to sponsor you anymore. You're not going to have ads. Nobody's going to pay the gargantuan fees that you demand for ads because you're so full of crap. Nobody wants to buy crap. Okay? Start reporting the news, what's true. News that benefits the rest of the country. We don't give a rip about DC. We really don't. We really don't give a damn about you people up there. We really don't. We're tired of you. You guys, all you people who walk on red carpets, we don't give a damn about you. You've had your glory. You've had your time. We don't give a damn about you. No, you don't give a damn about us out in the flyover states, so we can give a rip about y'all. Have a nice day. Why now? Indeed. Brooks Agnew had posted on a show notes last night. Why now in regards to all the things happening over the weekend? Why now indeed? First, the global elite lost the November election. Their candidate, Hillary Clinton, blew it. They tried for months to disrupt Trump with paid and violent protesters nationwide. It failed. They tried for months to discredit Trump with their phony Russian election interference nonsense. Not only did former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper testify under oath to Congress this week that there is no evidence of collusion between Trump and Russia, but even Senator Dianne Feinstein admitted it on CNN. When asked by Wolf Blitzer if Feinstein or her Senate committee had any evidence of collusion between Russia and Trump, she replied, "Not at this time." If that wasn't devastating enough for the elites, Trump fired their ace-in-the-hole FBI Director James Comey. Now they are out of luck in getting a corrupted FBI to do their bidding. Yesterday, for the first time, U.S. military forces conducted airstrikes in support of the Syrian Arab army of Bashar Assad. We bombed ISIS and anti-Assad rebels. Basically, the U.S. switched sides. Then Trump met with Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov at the White House to begin patching things up between the United States and Russia, as has long been needed. This means the elites' plans are being shattered right before their eyes. Think about it. Protests failed. The Russian election interference nonsense failed. Comey is fired. Trump is now helping the Syrian president whom the elites wanted out, and Trump is patching up things with Russia. Then we've got the cyber attack. Every plan the elites have had for global domination through war and chaos has failed. The only tool they have left is to take out the global financial system to cause civil chaos. Lo and behold, that is precisely what seems to be in the works with this sudden cyber attack which spreads like wildfire. And I'm adding here, what they're trying to do is make it look like that Trump is colluding with Russia. If you've never noticed, those of you who are not old enough, okay, look up and research what McCarthyism is. And this is exactly what's been going on. Any kind of ties to Russia, any kind of businesses to Russia, and you are automatically guilty. You're considered being a communist. It was a horrible thing that's going on, and now the left is the one that's doing it. It's the strangest concept. Look at the politics and the headlines of late for the past 3 months. He's already fired General Flynn. He's fired Comey. He's getting rid of the nonsense in the government. Comey should have been fired. I don't know about Flynn. We'll find out more later, I'm sure, about Flynn. Trump is not colluding with anybody except for the American people. He's working with us, those of us in the flyover states, the majority. those of us who have been obeying the law and trying to work and trying to succeed, as all Americans should be trying to do. We're not supposed to just exist. We're supposed to succeed. I love you guys. I want everybody to be safe out there. Love one another. And we'll see you on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Find your quantum connections at truthfrequencyradio.com.